Hello world. So today I just want to give you guys a disclaimer of how the ascensionation process of the mindset goes. So when you're going through an ascension, notice that your body start to change. Right? We're talking about headaches, stomach pains, most of the time your chakra alignment is going through an upgrade. And notice how each time you go through an upgrade, right, these upgrades bring up certain events in your life, right? So when you're actually going through an ascension phase, notice sometimes when you're meditating or when you're closing your eyes or if you're sleeping, most of the time you're going to see some events that reoccurs in your mindset, or it just pops up sometime when you're in your waking state. This is just the process of old beliefs, old stagnation is fading away, right? So during the ascensionation, you're basically fading. Everything is starting to fade. You're at this stage where old timelines are fading. Old friends that you used to cohabitate with, starts to change. A lot of these things are just events in your mind that you need to subconsciously tell yourself those are old timelines that have ran its course, right? So even in your childhood, you gotta understand, sometimes even your childhood pops up when you're going through an ascension phase, right? So in these ascensions, you're understanding a lot more of yourself, right? You're understanding your environment. You're starting to understand that energy. Even in yourself, you start to realize a lot of changes within yourself. You start to notice that a lot of things don't really seem the same, right? So I just want to, disclaimer, give you guys a brief disclaimer of what I'm objectifying of what I'm saying, right? So this is a short disclaimer of what you're going through during this ascension phase. Noticing that the Earth's frequency is definitely arising, right? Some people don't really know what this, why they wake up sometimes. They got so much energy, but they don't know what to do with it. Or they're waking up and they feeling all these different pains in their body. Is because the Earth right now, is going through an ascension phase. Even if these individuals don't want to, acclaim this, you're still going through it. And it sometimes it frustrates people because they don't know what's really going on in the world right now, people. So if you're waking up and you got all this energy, you don't know where it's coming from, it's because the Earth in itself is elevating. The whole world is elevating at a rapid rate. Notice that this is happening on an ascensionary level. everything is dissipating. Everything that you used to believe in, everything you ever felt, it's dissipating, people. Why you ask that? Why you say this? It's because even like I said, even in the ascension of the human vessel, understand that everything at this level is changing on you. You wonder why you wake up sometimes, you having these reoccurring dreams, or your life is upgrading without your consent. This is not you doing this. This is the universe giving you, how can I say this? The universe is giving us all previews of certain dream occurrences that can actually get you at a state where it's not real. It's real, but it's not real. It's a fragmentation of old beliefs and old belief patterns, right? So again, when you're going through this ascension phase, people, understand, don't get afraid. Don't start judging yourself. And please, 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 do not allow that process to hinder you. It's just to make you grow. And there's certain belief patterns and certain DNA occurrences that's in your body that's changing at a rapid level. So you got to understand, when this ascension is going on, people, the world is ascending. So if the world is ascending, that means all of you guys are ascending. Noticing how your dreams have been the past couple of days. Have they been vivid? Have you been feeling like you're in a different dimension? Have you ever felt like what you see, you think it's not real? It's real, people. It's real. And a lot of times when you see these things, it puts you in this state of fracnation, or not fracnations, people, excuse me. It puts you in a state of frightened, like you scared. You don't know why you having these dreams. You don't know why these things are happening to you. You're asking yourself, like, how is this happening? Why is this happening? It's because the world is changing, people. The world is changing. So if the world is changing at a rapid rate, that means you're changing as well. So you have to understand. I told you guys, this ascension is changing everyone. It's changing everyone. So again, don't be afraid. Don't talk yourself out of the dream. Let yourself have this dream. Because sometimes, people, your dreams tell you things, right? So I just want you guys to understand this process, and noticing that when you're having the ascension, your body tends to stiffen up. You want to make sure you do yoga in this process, people. Make sure, even if you can't do yoga at this moment right now, find something active to do to keep you going. Because people, I've seen this myself, just on social media. Some people just they're starting to wake up and they're like, man, I got all this energy. You got all this energy is because the world is shifting, people. The world is shifting at a rapid rate. That means it's shifting every day. Every day it's propelling. Every day. Right? So make sure you meditate daily. Make sure you go out in nature. Also, people, stay positive with your intentions. When you set an intention in the world, make sure you are setting a positive example for those to follow. Right? So, that's all I have for you guys today. Oh, also, there will be more content soon. I just been working on this new concept, and you guys need to understand that everything is shifting in a positive way. Not just for me, not just for you, but for the whole entire world. For the whole entire world, people. It's shifting. So I want you guys to enjoy this process because you want to become the best version of yourself this year. You all will. You all will. Hello, world. It's your boy Jay Wiz, man. All right, look, so first I want to tell you guys about goal setting. In today's segment, we're going to talk about how to intentionate the mindset, right? So during the process of your growth, the transitional stages, you're going to go through this intentionation on how to profound the goal setting of the intention that you set, right? So allow this process of intentionation to amplify in a positive way, right? So during this process, this is just a short, today is just a short segment of the intentionation. I will be recording the new segment, which is how to intentionate the mindset in this profound way, right? So today I'm just giving you guys a short disclaimer of how to intentionate it, right? The mindset. Because again, everything in growth has its factors of the intention. So everything is on the attentionary level. Everything is on that stationary level. And then again, also the intention, right? So I just want to clarify that up with you guys. There will be more content on the way. So I just want to clarify this with you guys today on the intention of the intentionary. And know that you have the possibility of changing your life in a positive way, right? It's your boy Jay Wiz, man, sending love, light, and healing to all those. Yeah. Hello, world. It's your boy Jay Wiz, man. All right, look, so today we're going to talk about how to intentionate the mindset in this profound way, right? The intentionations, processes, progressions, examinatory actions, authenticate, affirms, cooperative steps. Consciousness states by and vindications includes factations, right? Again, I'm going to say that one more time. Cooperative steps, consciousness states by and vindications includes vaccinations. To authenticate negotiates unwavering faith within insanitary speculative levels, right, of awareness, determines the examinatory and the examinatory, excuse me, guys, I'm serious, this is, I love this here. Determines the examinatory intentionations, values, key factors, eradicates the why, right? Positive mindset remains and driving force to intentions omittedly compels good humor, right? Which calculative to calculate one's capabilities to reaffirm and redefine observability, right? I'm going to say that one more time. A driving force to intentions omittedly compels good humor, which calculates one's capability, redefines observatory, in its observatory and the observability, right? I'm going to say that again. Omittedly compels good humor, which calculates of the calculative one's capabilities, redefines observability following succession's phantoms principles, proactively proclaims a good, phantoms principles proactively proclaims a goal which equifies the results. Pertaining hypothesis applauds yourself, each inquirement subjectively, right? Excuse me, guys, you gotta bear with me on this. All right, look, so the more of the story, people, is it's like this, right? Look. Any examination of how you transcendence of the mindset is the progressive of the action, right? If you seem to veer off and not follow the steps, remind yourself each day of that intentionary to intensify that goal, right? Each time you seem to veer off, get back on course, right? Each time you vary this way, get back on course. When the intentions seem to not follow through, you have the capability to go back on course, right? Some of us, we all tend to go back and veer off. But again, if you have the intentionary to intentionate to subjectify, meaning what I'm saying, people, is if the authentication is affirmed to access the mind, you know how to set up the intentionary of that goal, right? So again, if your incendiaries are to the incentive of the mind, you know how to navigate to that next goal. Never catch yourself veering off. Always get back on the intentionary, right? Get back on the intentionary. This how your mind authenticates to the unwavering faith of yourselves, right? Everything you need to know about you, people, is within. Everything you need to know about yourself is within. The only way you're going to challenge yourself and push yourself to do something that you are afraid of is if you challenge your inner selves. Each day, no matter how you seem to dwell off, get back on course. Again, the intentionary is the prerogative step. It's the intentionary of that goal that's going to push you, right? So again, if it's the vindications that vindicate you through yourselves on how you push yourself, remind yourself each day that you have what it takes to win. You all have what it takes to win, people. Even in your stumbling, you still have the capability to win on any vindication level, right? Everything is on the artillery level. Everything is on the ascendanary level. And everything is always what? On the intentionary level, right? So everything on this spectrum from here on out, you have the intentionary to win. You all have the intentionary to win. Don't never forget your goals. Your goals are your key factors to your why. Your goals are your key factors to you Excuse me. Your goals are your itinerary to the intentionary, right? So again, within the openness of consciousness, you will understand the difference between yourself, knowing thyself, knowing every part and every spectrum of your being. That means energy levels. That means how you are operating in certain levels of your life. This goes on all factors, people. School, job, speaking engagements, acting, music. However you feel you are creatively articulating the goal within itself. You have the artistry within you. We all have the artistry within us, people. It's you tapping within that artillery to authenticate yourselves through that intentionary, right? So again, we're going to go back over this. The awareness that determines the explanatory. And the driving force is you having a positive mindset and good humor. That's the goal, people. If I haven't taught you guys anything else on this journey of knowing thyself, you will understand that everything you do has to have good humor and the informant of the intentionary. Everything is on that intentionary level. But never, this is one thing I want to tell you guys on this very good morning. Never be over analytical on yourselves to the process. Never be over analytical on the process. Right? So again, the invocations, which sharpens the awareness, which identifies the intention, which gives you that driving force, that good mechanism within you. Because again, we all have two parts of a consciousness. We all have two parts of the mindset. We all have two parts of our being. You have dark humor and you have good humor. You have negative humor and you have positive humor. You have divine feminine and then you have what? Divine masculine. This equifies your being, people. Right? This equifies the being within your code of ethics, the code of your genetics within your being. You have this potential within you. It's dormant. Some of you have to push yourselves this year. Push the dormant of that ability to the intentionary. Push the dormant to the ability to your itinerary, to how you ascend any speculative level of your life. Right? It's that simple, people. It's that simple. None of this is hard. This is a process. And the more you learn, the more what? The more you grow. So again, intentionate the mindset on the intentionary and understand that you have what it takes to win on the intentionary. As long as it's positive, you always win. You will always win. You will always win. And sorry, people, if I'm slurring on my words. We are in Mercury retrograde right now, so I'm just gonna put that on out there. I hope you understand the difference. Again, some of my people that are in the spiritual community, we all know about sometimes in Mercury, our words don't really come out very, it doesn't very well coming out, right? So sometimes your words might slur up, and then you're trying to informate yourself in a positive way, right? So you don't want to go over your words, but again, this is just the how can I say this? This is more of the abbreviating of this spectrum of this time frame, people. Everybody's going through an upgrade. Everyone's going through the everyone is going through an upgrade. Everyone's going through this process of knowing thyself. A lot of things are starting to fade away. Something like the way you used to think. Certain habits don't really obtain you anymore. Like certain agendas don't really fit you anymore. These are things that are mostly common when you're going through the process of your growth and this intentionary. Everything is a connected, people. Every single thing that I've named tonight, whether my words came out slurring or not, people understand this. If you lack awareness, you can always find it. Never forget, everything within you is always within you. Never forget your awareness. Never forget your unwavering faith on the goal that you're setting, and understand that you have to add the intention. It's almost like you take intentionary equals the intention equals examinatory equals progression. Now, all this can be exhilarating to you, right? All this can be exhilarating to you. If you're willing to be affirmative with the goal and affirm yourselves to the intention of the mindset, you will understand that everything will change for you. Again, this is your belief system, people. Most of us were raised on certain belief systems that we it's just not affirmed. The belief system can be affirmed in a positive way. It's almost like your DNA structure goes through that reconstruction or that rehabilitating or what we call recalibrating phase, right? So your DNA goes through that recalibrating phase. When that DNA goes through that recalibrating phase, everything starts to change for you. Everything, people, everything. And the only reason why I'm talking this way, people, is because, again, notice that being a spiritual advisor, you have to understand empathy, right? You have to understand empathy. If you don't understand empathy, you won't make it in this business. I'm just gonna be honest. You won't make it in this business, man. I'm just really just being my authentic self in this process, even in the slurring, even in the mess ups, even in your stumbling, even people, even when you're trying to set a new intention. The goal in itself is to be progressive and be proactive in this process of intentionating the mindset each day. You have to set an intentionary goal to amplify your results. Right. So do the work, people. Make sure you meditate daily. Make sure you go out in nature. Make sure you get grounded with Mother Nature. And understand that nature heals people. Nature heals your being. In this process, you will understand the intentionary. And once you understand the intentionary, you will know exactly how to go about your goals with help, support, and everything you need, people. That's it. That's the moral of the story. And understand you have to have good humor. In this process, people, you have to have good humor, empathy, subjectifying thinking, knowing your intentionary, and also know the examining of your mindset. Everything is examination. Each time you think of something new, people, your mind goes into the examinary phase. The mindset, people, goes into the examining phase, which equalifies the examinary, which equalifies the what? The explanatory. Because everything at this point is self-explanatory, people. Everything is about you. But everything you need to know about yourselves is within you. Everything. Do not be afraid to channel and find yourselves within. Everything you need to know about you is within. Nothing else. And understand this process can hurt. Yes, people. Understand that process can hurt. But again, if you can reconstruct the mindset to the obtainability, you will understand the examinary of your mindset each time. Each time you set that goal, that's that examinary. At that point, it's examinary. At that point, it's examinary. At that point, it's examinary. Again, this is something that you should teach yourselves, people. It's almost like you put yourself through this self-hypnosis. And each time it's a cautionary statements that you should tell yourselves through the intentionary. So teach yourselves through the self-hypnosis. And everything else on that level has its processes of the de-eradication. Right? It's your boy Jay Wiz, man. Sending love, light, and healing to all those. Yeah. Hello, world. So today we're going to talk about how to specificate the mindset in a profound way, right? Specificate processes luminary, studyization applies, or modifiers, right? The action artifacts to artificial lies prescribes on the contrary, right? Which cultivates laborations, steps, right? Momentumates, momentum proceeds competence, right? Coherently with thyself, progress is seen, emphasized, evolutionary combinates a jet. Sorry, people. Let me say that one more time. One more time. Emphasize, evolutionary combines, adjust, logical responses, right? So again, when we're talking about the specifications, where your mindset starts to allow itself to prescribe the goal that you are trying to obtain, right? There's certain key factors of this goal that you're trying to obtain with the specification of the mindset. So the mindset has its key factors and key point values on how you're going to specificate, right? Logical responses to specifications, the mindset in creative mode of sequences, interspace allows growth factors, how speculative, adjoin bountifully dominable human consciousness versus divine consciousness. Social evolution remains the allowing obligated thoughts transcends human, excuse me, remaining the allowing obligated thoughts transcended human existence, mindfulness practices profound, inspired positive behaviors equalize mental strategy, right? I'm going to say that one more time. Remaining the allowing obligated thoughts transcended human existence, mindfulness practices profound, inspired positive behaviors equalize mental strategy, right? All right, look, so the goal is, people, how are you allowing the growth factors to specificate the mindset to certain key factors of your life, whether this is business, school, job, speaking engagements, acting, marriage, all these, we're not going to call these roles because these are what we call behavior settings of how you're going to specificate in certain agendas of this specification, right? So we're specifying and modifying these things, right? Again, we're modifying, right? What do I mean by modifying? It's not the justification, but it's how you modified the goal within itself. Always understand the cultivations of how you're going to specificate the mindset in order to have the profoundness of the positive behavior sets of the goals that you are setting, the intent, right? So again, there's always a process that you go through in this inquirement of the specification. Excuse me. Sorry, people. And knowing that you have the potential to specify that goal, right? Everything is on a simplifying level. No, excuse me. Sorry, people. Simplinary level. So you have simplinary level, which will be human consciousness. Then you have the modifier, which is the modifier of which you are modifying to the divine consciousness, right? Everything has its operational levels, even in business, even in school, even in jobs, even in speaking engagements, even in acting, even in marriages, people, right? So if you're not modifying with your partner or your mate or your partners in business, how are you going to excel the company if you're not modifying it, right? It's how you are modifying the company to where it will grow, right? So if the modification is not being modified, how's the company going to excel in certain areas
where they have these data breaches. Because see, everything has its technologically and these technicals doing this technological explanations in the company, whether if it's even your technology. How are you running your technology? Is it being modified? Has it used certain programming? It's all in how you specificate the mindset, people. All you need is the go factor. Once the go factor is keyed in, you have no other choice but to grow and go forward with your life and purpose and intention. Remember, purpose and intention. All these factors. It has to grow, people. It has to grow. And even if you simplifying it to where it might not get the adjustments in order, you must simplify it. However, accordingly, you do this, right? So notice that it's the specification. That's how you are specifying it. That's how you are allowing the simplifying and disciplinary of that goal and how you're going to achieve it. And the process of studyization. In the process of studyization, people, you must specify the mindset. It has to grow. It has to push past that barrier point from where you want to see yourself grow. How you want to see yourself grow, and when do you want to see yourself grow? The choice is yours, people. The choice is yours. How are you going to allow yourself to grow in this specification? Stay true to yourself, people. Know that the goal can be achieved with teamwork. Know that the goal can be achieved with your partner. Know that the goal can be achieved with your husband, your wife. If you sit down and have engagement meetings with that specific individual that's in your life, and you see that there are certain areas that need to be met, do so. That's mandatory, right? Business. How are you simplifying the business? Never make it too strategic to where you can't simplify the business, people. School. I feel like school has its artifices of how you artifying it and how it can be simplified in school. Jobs. Modification. How you modifying it. If the job and the description can be modified, then that company will grow in those specific areas of that modification or the Amari. Right? Speaking engagements. Confidence is the key to speak with good intentions, a powerful message, allowing the message to spread to those that know that they need the message to amplify their lives in a positive way, and know that they have the potential to be the best version of themselves, people. Right? And acting, people. Acting. Excuse me. The actor is who he is. It's based on the story that's been written. If the story in itself can, if the story in itself can specificate on how it's being specified to the collective, to the world, to many people around the world, let it be written, people. There's a lot more excellence that needs to be made in the world, people. As long as you are specifying the mindset and how you are modifying each segment that I just named. If you allow this or modifier to or modify everything in your life, then it will be simplified. The choice is up to you. How you look at your situation, how you look at your current circumstances, and don't allow your current circumstances be the currency of how you're going to grow. Notice that you have to grow past the circumstances. Become the leader. Lead by an example. The world is going to object you, but again, some of us are made to be misunderstood. And I've came to the conclusion that being misunderstood is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, people. It really is. Right? So, make sure you meditate daily. Make sure you go out in nature. Make sure you get grounded with nature. And also, make sure you teach this how to navigate through a world that will always be misunderstood by an individual that was sent to change it, people. We were all born and destined to do something great, something to change. Momentums have to shift. Positive thinking is a requirement, people. Understand that positive thinking is the requirement to specificate how you're going to change the way you think. It's on a atomic level on how you It's on a atomic level on how you atomicate on how you specify the mindset. It's on a subconscious level. Each time you do this, you're changing a new neural wave in your brain cells. So each time you're changing a new neural wave in the brain cells, that means there's new neurons that's forming each time. Each time you think differently, there's something else going on within you. Whether it's your body, whether it's your mindset, whether it's your physical appearance, how you show up in the world. It's all about you, people. And understand growth can be painful. And sometimes it can be misunderstood. Right? I want to say this with so much grace, so much bountifulness, and let you guys know that you all have what it takes to win, man. You all have what it takes to win. The message of today is how you can specify the goal and how you can modify it, which means take a closer look at the goal and see where the areas are and which errors or error trades that you need to modify. Right? So, love yourselves, know thyself, know the process, and know that you all have what it takes to win, as long as you specify the goal with the specifications of the mindset. Right? Yeah.
Hello, world. So, I want to ask you guys something, right? What makes you you today, right? This is just a word of encouragement today. What makes you you? What gives you an explanatory of the expectations on how you meet your goals in a positive way, right? So, what am I asking today? How can you, as an individual, go through the self-analyzation through yourselves today? How can you improve everything around you, right? So today's assessment is, I want you to take one sheet of paper, right? Write down on that sheet of paper, how can I improve myself each day? No matter the circumstances, people. Understand that your life can shift in so many ways. It can shift at the magnitude of your attitude, right? I'm gonna say that again. Your circumstances, people, can shift in the magnitude of your attitude, right? The magnitude of your attitude. I'm sorry, people. Excuse me. It's retrograde right now. So understand that your processes, right? They come with a shift mechanism within the mindset, right? It's you taking how much you have experienced in your life. Take that one particular goal. Jot down how can you improve your life in a positive way. Whether if it's business, school, job, speaking engagements, acting, marriage, relationships, business partnerships. How can you improve this process of you, people? How? Explain. So I'm gonna leave the description down in the video so you guys can give me the explanatory of how you can expand your horizons in different circumstances in your life. So I want you to write down what are your confusions, how can you improve these confusions, and how you can sustain yourself through the subjectivity, right? I'm gonna say that again. How can you improve your subjectivity? How can you improve your subjectivity, people? You can do this. We all can do this. It's how you can change yourself in a positive way. And look at this as this is the growth mechanism that you need to push you forward to achieve your goals and dreams. Because everything is on a subjectivity level, right?
All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. Bound to make decisions, causing pre-emission. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. Bound to make decisions, causing pre-emission. Yeah, call me skeptical. Yeah, even seem practical. Prefixes, microphone instance. There's no resistance. My life became my engine. Ask myself questions, a lot of questery, even on this quest. Journey at its best, call it self-improvement and different areas. Yeah, I break barriers, identify with character, could not refuse me. Put me in a box, I forever outlast it. I'm the last man standing, brief, we on the reach. Do you hear me, capiche? I won't stop, I'm off the leash. How could you tell me what life means? I foreseen what you seen. I'm on my regimes, not coded, not Reddit. Pledge your allegiance, I do this for a reason. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. Bound to make decisions, causing pre-emission. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. All my life, yeah, I had no choice. Bound to make decisions.
Yeah. So let's get it. I put this on my show, I'm so terrific. By any means, I'm wild different. By my ambition. So let's get it. I put this on my soul, I'm so terrific. By any means, I'm wild different. By my ambition. Yeah. Love, so gifted by the wishing well. I'ma wish it well, I'ma wish it well. See, this life's been a carousel. I say goodbye to the past, it don't mean me well. No attendees like Harvard and Yale. It look more as a shell. Is it hard as it sounds? Meditate and go on with yourselves. I see the migrate at the world you should hail. It's a process, and ignore what you feel. Get grounded, all you need, yep, was time.
Said I be forcing through this life, and man, I be going hard. Said I be forcing through this life, and man, I be going hard. Said I be forcing through this life, and man, I be going hard. Yeah, haha. YSGO, listen, look. I said I'm tired of working hard for Uncle Sam. Yeah, I'm trying to stack bills like 100 bands. And I'm trying to see this world like contrabands. Big business ideas so extravagant. Yeah, I've been on that work ship like life missions. Yeah, I think I write right like I think rich. And I'll be up in these books like lab rats. Laboratory fields in my energy. Yeah, my destiny's to kill. Yeah, speak in terms of will. Yeah. No businesses, my beat odds and L's. Yeah, said I'll be forcing through this life, and man, I'll be going hard. Said I'll be forcing through this life, and man, I'll be going hard. Said I'll be forcing through this life, and man, I'll be going hard. Said I'll be forcing through this life, and man, I'll be going hard.